On the weekend, when the nation remembers the sacrifice of those who lost their lives serving their country, football too paid its respects. Good evening. A little later than usual, but well worth staying up for. Jermaine, Jenas and Ashley Williams will do their best to keep you awake. We begin at Molineux. Wolves were beaten by bottom-of-the-table Sheffield United last weekend. They faced Spurs, who suffered a first defeat of the season in a fairly uneventful game against Chelsea on Monday.
Spurs 1, Chelsea 4.
Follow that, eh? Commentary comes from Alistair Mann.
It's a meeting of two sides who will both be smarting after eventful defeats last time out. Wolves, who lost to a penalty in the 10th minute of added time at Sheffield United, have made two changes as João Gomez and Jean-Lisa Bellegarde come in, the latter having scored his first Wolves goal last weekend. We knew Spurs would make at least 4 changes following their damaging defeat against Chelsea, with both Van der Ven and Maddison out injured and both Udogie and Romero suspended. The 4 who come in are Dyer, Davis, Emerson Royal and Højbjerg. It means 3 of the back 4 have had to be replaced. Conditions pretty much ideal for what should be a fascinating game. Spurs will try and dictate the play. Here's Johnson. It has been quite the finish at Molineux.
Well, it came late, didn't it? But Wolves probably deserved their 3 points in the end, Jermaine.
Yeah, not probably. They certainly deserved them. I thought they were the better team throughout. Don't get me wrong. I think for the first 15 minutes of the game, Spurs were dominant, controlled the ball, got their goal. But after that, they were hanging on. And there you can see, I mean, you know, the late goals that they've scored this season, that lends itself to the fact this is a team that believes, and they're really fit as well, and they keep going till they feel like they get what they deserve.
No Ground had seen fewer goals so far this season than Selhurst Park. Expectations weren't exactly high then for Crystal Palace Everton. We might have been wrong, though. Your commentator, Jonathan Pearce.
Just 9 goals scored in 5 games here this season in total. On a more positive note, home supporters are celebrating Ebe Eze's new contract extension, and having proved his fitness in a 32-minute run out at Burnley, he starts in their only change, replacing Decore, who suffered from a hamstring injury this week and only makes the bench. A real buzz about the place, with Michael Elise named among the subs, having missed the whole season so far. Amadou Onana, who last week missed his first game of the campaign, returns for Everton in their only change, with Idrissa Gueye dropping to the bench. They've lost just 1 in 17 against Crystal Palace. They've only lost 1 of their last 20 Premier League home fixtures against teams from outside of London. Palace 2, Everton 3. It's been a tremendous game, and 3 times in the match Everton have led.
Yeah, Sean Dyche is referring there after Everton's excellent victory about his strengths of quality, resilience, belief, mentality, and those ingredients were aplenty there today.
Yeah, I think you saw today an Everton team that knew exactly what they were supposed to be doing. I think they've got clear and simple instructions. Now they've got the width as well to add to that, and they've taken the chances when they've got them. Here we see Everton's away wins. And they've got more already this season than they had all of last season, which just goes to show the things that you mentioned, that you spoke about post-game.
I think it was probably a penalty.
Yeah, okay.
I think he probably touched him,
Right.
and
I
at that
always like
speed you're going to
strikers'
go
opinion.
down. Yeah. Okay. You want this job?
No, I'm all
Sure?
right, thanks.
Okay.
For now.
Later. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe hadn't won a game at Bournemouth since he was manager of, well, Bournemouth. Steve Wilson was at the Vitality Stadium.
Whatever Eddie Howe does in the rest of his career, he's very unlikely to be anywhere as long as he was here. More than 20 years, Boyan manager. Andoni Iraola is the 4th Bournemouth boss since Howe left. He makes 5 changes, including a return in goal for Neto. The problems just keep mounting for Newcastle. Callum Wilson, the latest to be injured. Bruno Guimaraes is suspended. The team bus would have been half empty. 17-year-old Lewis Miley starts a Premier League game for the first time. Gordon crowded out. Clivert with a... Well, appropriate that the game should end with a brilliant Nick Pope save to deny Bournemouth a third.
Very much so. 3 points, 2 wins in 3 for Bournemouth, and Iraola looks to be stamping his mark finally on the team, Jermaine.
Yeah, I think it's been a frustrating start to the season, I think, for Iraola.
You can see a bit of an improvement there, can't you?
Wait, you know, they've faced 10 shots against Bournemouth, and only City have managed to do that against City. And let's be honest, Newcastle defensively have been great for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, indeed. 5 games in Match of the Day 2.
Nicholas Jackson with a hat-trick for Chelsea. Nathan Ake's there for number 6. In comes Luis Diaz. Well, there's your story. Excellent delivery. And Nathan Collins. And the shot from Diaby. João Palhinha for Fulham. Kudos. Sensational. It's Aina. Ferguson. Outstanding goal from Cameron Archer.
5 Live Premier League Sunday will be across the action from midday. Spurs take on Liverpool in the WSL. That's Sunday, BBC 2 at 12:15. Cray Valley Paper Mills have their FA Cup first-round replay against Charlton on Wednesday, BBC 2 at 7:30. And if you missed the start of the show, sign in now on iPlayer. The whole programme is available first thing on Sunday.
When I beat the champions of the division.
Arsenal's unbeaten run came to an end at Newcastle last week. Second from bottom Burnley had just 1 win to their name. Steve Bauer was at the Emirates.
Mikel Arteta is reunited with Vincent Kompany, but both have very different immediate objectives. Saka and Tomiyasu are fit to start for Arsenal. Zinchenko replaces Ben White, who's ill, and there's still no Martin Ødegaard. For the first time this season, Vincent Kompany names an unchanged team. Only 3 of the side have scored a Premier League goal this season. Only Sheffield United have conceded more. Burnley 1 win in their last 18 games against Arsenal under Sean Dyche here almost 3 years ago. It's been a very satisfying week for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, and they've beaten Burnley by 3 goals to 1.
There you go. So easy to be humorous when you win. It's so much different. But we talk a lot, don't we, about Arsenal's fluent playing style, but today it was good old-fashioned set pieces that won the day. In fact, I think they're the most successful in the Premier League with set-piece goals this season. Manchester United had won their last 18 home games against Luton, stretching back to 1899. They had, though, lost 5 times already at Old Trafford this season. Your commentator, Guy Mowbray.
Marcus Rashford was considered by many to be mighty unlucky to be sent off at Copenhagen in midweek. Now he needs a break in front of goal as he brings up 250 Premier League appearances today. He's got 11 games without scoring in all competitions. Andros Townsend's last goal in the Premier League was here for Everton in a 1-1 draw 2 years ago. He's also scored at Old Trafford for Crystal Palace and starts for the second weekend running for Luton in an unchanged Hatters lineup. He could do with his team not only getting 3 points, but a big win, a big 3 points. I guess he'd take them however they come right now. It's V for Victor. United 1, Luton 0.
Yeah, important victory. United got the 3 points, but I suppose they could have had more goals. Rasmus Højlund's yet to score, obviously, in the Premier League. He's managed to get 5 in the Champions League, though, but I think his goals will come. He's got I think we're just about out of time. There's a bit of a further line to bring you from the game at Old Trafford. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag picked up a third booking of the season, meaning he'll serve a one-match touchline ban. That'll be against Everton in a fortnight's time. Before we go, let's have a look at the Premier League table. Arsenal move above Tottenham into second, behind leaders Manchester City on goal difference. The champions face Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. Manchester United climb above Newcastle into sixth. Bournemouth's win pushes them out of the relegation places, leaving the newly promoted sides in the bottom three. Everton are now 8 points clear of the drop zone, while Wolves go above Crystal Palace into 11th. Let's see what the Sunday papers have to say. It's Lindell liftoff is the headline in the Express, after Victor Lindelof's second half strike gave Manchester United a much needed 3 points against Luton. And summits up, say the people on Sunday, as Tottenham blew a chance to go back to the top of the Premier League. Ashley, Jermaine, thank you very much indeed. But that is it. Lamina wins it for Wolves. Super Mario carts off the points, and there's no consoling Spurs. Goodbye.